They said this franchise was dead in the water, but after what we just witnessed, the rest of the NFL is officially on notice because the Carolina Panthers aren't just rebuilding anymore, they are reloading. If you are ready for this team to shock the world next season, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get into the 6 reasons why the league isn't ready for what's coming. Listen, I know the sting of that playoff exit is still fresh. I know watching the Rams celebrate didn't feel good. But we need to take a step back and look at the absolute monster that is being built in Charlotte right now. We aren't begging for respect anymore, we are about to take it. The administration might be quiet right now, but the work hasn't stopped. The hype building around this roster isn't just local bias, it is global. Fans from all over the world are waking up to what is happening at Bank of America Stadium. We are ramping up the content, we are digging deep into the film, and we are preparing for a season that could change everything. But before we look at the draft boards or the free agency wishlist, we have to look at what we already have, because the foundation is finally rock solid. Do you honestly believe this team has a ceiling, or are we just seeing the very beginning of a dynasty? Let's kick this off with reason number 6, we are finally playoff veterans. That phrase alone sounds sweet, doesn't it? Heading into the 2026 to 2027 season, we are no longer the young, naive team just happy to be there. We have been to the dance. I said it all year, I didn't care how we got in, I just wanted them to taste that atmosphere. And they earned it. They took down heavyweights. They went into Lambeau and beat the Packers. They handled the Cowboys. They swept through the NFC South to take the crown. That experience is invaluable. Think about the pressure next season. Bryce Young just signed that massive 5-year extension. The expectations are going to be through the roof. The fans, the media, and the front office will expect a repeat as division champs and a deeper run. And honestly, I am glad they got the jitters out of the way this year. You saw it in that Rams game. The moment looked a little too big for them in the first half. We saw uncharacteristic mistakes, dropped passes from guys who live on the jugs machine, and special teams blunders. It looked shaky. But then, halftime hit. They flushed it. They came back out and turned it into a war. That resilience is what excites me. They aren't going to be wide-eyed next time. The narrative about 2015, Cam Newton, and the old guard is finally dead. This is a new era with its own playoff history. They know what the speed feels like now. They know the intensity. Next year, when the lights get bright, they won't blink. Moving on to reason number 5, the Dave Canales effect is entering its prime. We are heading into year 3 of this system, and that level of consistency is something we haven't had in a very long time. Think back to the Matt Rule era, it felt like 3 years of torture. This is different. Canales has a formula, and we are seeing the players buy in completely. You can see the vision on the field. The plays are there. The football junkies who break down the all-22 film are constantly pointing out that Canales is scheming guys open, it has just been down to execution. We saw drops in crucial moments that killed drives, but the coaching is solid. And more importantly, his voice in the locker room is amplifying. We have players coming in from other organizations, guys picked off practice squads, who look at Canales and say, "Thank you for bringing me here." They are playing hard for him. He is growing as a head coach right before our eyes. Is he perfect? No. The game management needs to tighten up. We need to learn how to close out games and step on the opponent's throat when we have the lead. But Canales is a detail-oriented guy. You see it in the way he carries himself, the way he trains, the way he prepares. He is self-aware. I truly believe he is going to self-scout this off-season, fix the inconsistencies, and come back in year 3 as a master of his craft. Reason number 4 is one of my favorite storylines on this entire roster, Jaylen Coker. This man has cemented himself as a legitimate weapon. We have heard the general manager talking about him on the radio, praising the way Coker has transformed his body. He went from maybe being a little soft in the middle to a muscular, physical presence. He plays way bigger than his listed size. But the most important thing: when you throw the ball to him, he catches it. It sounds simple, but in this league, reliability is currency. While other high-drafted players have been inconsistent or dealing with injuries, Coker has been a rock. He has planted his flag as the number 2 receiver on this offense. I don't care who we draft or who we sign, Coker has earned his targets. He destroyed the Rams in the playoffs, over 130 yards and a touchdown against a Super Bowl-caliber defense. That is not a fluke. That is a statement. He is entering his 3rd year, he is about to get paid, and he is only going to get better. If he continues on this trajectory, we are looking at one of the best undrafted steals in franchise history. Here is the question of the day, and I want you to be honest in the comments: is Jaylen Coker actually the most reliable player on this entire offense, even more than our first-round picks? Let me know what you think down below. Let's talk about reason number 3, this defense is waking up. The improvements we saw from Dan Morgan's 2025 draft class were staggering. We had rookies contributing immediately: Nick Gordon, Lane Ransom, Prince McMillan. These guys aren't just roster fillers, they are playmakers. And it wasn't just the rookies. How about Mike Jackson? We traded a late-round linebacker for him, and people thought it was a nothing move. Instead, Mike Jackson played out of his mind. He has been a physical force at cornerback, arguably outplaying J.C. Horn down the stretch. When you have a guy like Mike Jackson stepping up like that, it changes your entire draft strategy. We don't have to reach for a cornerback in the first round anymore because the depth is there. We can focus on the pass rush, the defensive line, or adding more speed to the offense. The secondary has transformed from a liability into a strength, and with another offseason under this system, they are going to be terrifying. Reason number 2 is the reason the rest of the league is terrified: the California connection. Bryce Young and Tetairoa McMillan. These two have a chemistry that you simply cannot teach. We have to remember, T-Mac was a rookie, and he was already looking like an offensive Rookie of the Year candidate. He makes plays that leave your jaw on the floor. He levitates. He has that wiggle in open space that a guy his size shouldn't have. Now, imagine them with another full off-season together. Imagine them back in Southern California, running routes, perfecting the timing, building that nonverbal communication. Bryce is throwing the deep ball with pinpoint accuracy, and T-Mac is learning how to use his body to dominate at the NFL level. If T-Mac cleans up a few rookie mistakes, like catching with his hands instead of his body, he isn't just going to be good, he is going to be an all-pro. We could be looking at a 2,000 all-purpose yard season from him. This duo is the heartbeat of the franchise, and they are just getting started. And finally, the number 1 reason you need to be hyped: Dan Morgan. The man in charge. The laser eyes himself. He has a plan, and he is executing it with surgical precision. He approaches being a GM the same way he played linebacker: identify the hole, hit it hard, and fix the problem. He saw the offensive line was a disaster, so he fixed it. He saw the defense needed young talent, so he drafted a class of studs. Now, he has identified the pass rush as the issue, and he has practically promised to fix it. When Dan Morgan speaks, you believe him. He doesn't care about the national media narratives. He knows what the real fans know. He knows where the weaknesses are. He is patient, he is calculated, and he is building a team that reflects his own intensity. He is going to find the edge rushers, he is going to add speed, and he is going to complete this puzzle. We have the quarterback. We have the weapons. We have the coach. And we have the GM. The pieces are all there. The turnaround isn't coming, it's already here. The NFL isn't ready, but we are.